Y'all thought I was gone or something?
KDS,
Yeah.
I'm back with the bars making chess moves. That slow nickel moving quiet when I step through. You're below the skill required just to test, dude. My pen's fired, the beats bubble in that test tube. I'm better than the next dude, smarter than the average. My life was messed up, I had to reorganize my tactics. With this flow of mine, I've been immortalized my status. I leave a nigga shocked by the wordplay. I've been making rappers ecstatic. I'm back at it, nigga, what you mean? Spitting dope from the brain. I'm really Kurt Cobain when I'm in the booth. Feel the boom from the bang. I really got dope aim. My cock is shoot.
We're live.
Talk royalty. Today's subject is what would you do if you had a baby with your husband? They died. So it might not be yours.
Say that one more again.
What would you do if your significant other told you before she died, the baby might not be yours. Or he died. Whatever.
That's a deep one.
His brutality and shit. Have one more.
Child support.
You think the constitutional right really matters? Okay.
All right. Well, shit, let's jump into it, people. Shit, let's get to it. First one. That first one is a hell of a one, cause me personally, I don't know how I would do. I don't know how I would deal with that. Like, you die, you on a deathbed, and tell me the baby might not be yours. I mean, bitch, I feel like reviving you and getting some answers. Like, nah, hold on, bitch, you ain't finna die from complications. I'ma kill you. I mean, that's a fucked up one. That's a hard pill to swallow.
That is a hard pill to swallow. I mean, when I first read that, I was like, well, damn. It had me thinking, like, I don't know what I do.
That I mean, and it really is a, you know, you could think of a fucking million scenarios, like, but really in that moment, what do you do? Like, how do you? First of all, because you got to take that in. A motherfucker dying, so do you even take it in right? Because, like, you know, the fact you dying and you tell me that right there is a blow. The fact you told me is a blow. And then it's like, how motherfucker psyche gonna be? Like, where can you be at with that in your head? Like, are you gonna be able to sustain and take care and maintain for the kid till you find out? Do you care to find out? Can you not maintain or take care of the kid until you find out?
I mean, truthfully, me personally, kind of fucked up on a man's part, because it's like, would you still take care of it? It's not yours, not yours, or whatever. Do you get a DNA test before you start taking care of it? Because technically, you don't know what it is.
Yeah, like I said, that's you know, it's a hard pill to swallow, because, you know, and like I said, it's a sight that, like, that's a true psychological thing. Like, can you take care and maintain for this baby until you find out? And then if you can't, how you gonna be looked at? Like if you tell them he gotta go in foster care till the DNA test come back, is they gonna flip that shit and use it against you uh being able to have the baby?
Yeah. I mean, that's a hard question.
That's a very hard question. That question's so hard my blunt keep going out. I mean, cause I'm gonna say this. That question leads me to this answer. This is why you make sure when you knock a bitch up, you stick around. Even if you feel like the relationship ain't gonna go nowhere, you stick the fuck around for when that baby come, to be there and to make sure you get tested. Cause that's like, I couldn't imagine that, bro. Like, and like I said, once again, that just brings up another question. Cause now it's like, okay, are you with this motherfucker through the 9 months of pregnancy? Was y'all together before the pregnancy, and now y'all together? Like, and if you is, how damaged is the heart and mind of the other person that was cheated on with that knowledge? Like, I'm rocking with you. I'm thinking we the only thing together. We the only thing fitting. You know, motherfucker probably blind to it, or you know, it just ain't there to be seen as far as this person or that person cheating. So it's like, how fucked up are you in the head, really? Like, just off the fact, not only is it mine, this bitch can lay here, and her last words to me was that it might not be mine and she died. Like, that's so fucked up on so many levels, because there's closure there that you can't even get now.
Yeah, true.
So, yeah, that right there, that's a hard pill to swallow. I gotta say, honestly, no matter how many scenarios you can put it in your head, or think this would be my reaction, really, if that shit happened, I don't know what my reaction would be, because like I said, you can't get certain answers to certain questions because this motherfucker dead. And now all you can do is hope and pray that this baby is yours. And like I said, for the time being that you're waiting on that test to come back, are you able to take care of it? Not knowing.
Yeah.
Like, are you gonna be that fucked up here and like let that motherfucker cry? I'm asleep. Yeah, what's your thoughts on it? So, sister.
One, I don't know why somebody's about to die.
Well, the picture said.
I get that. I'm just trying to figure out that.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody will want to fucking find out when a motherfucker finna die. That's what makes it. That's one of the things that make it so fucked up, is that you find out where the motherfucker dying.
And if she don't know, as a man, I don't think my wife or something. I don't think I could let the child go without a parent. But I definitely would want if it's my kid or not. As far as her waiting that long, I better have a back case and say he don't think he.
I mean, in that situation, the motherfucker that's dead can't have no issues. It's the motherfucker that's still living that gotta figure out, is it mine or is it not?
Well, you only need that kid.
I mean, it did. That's another fucked up part about it too. Like, we looking at it. If the female died, the man is like pretty much okay, but
it ain't
yeah, and I feel like that also raises other questions and make you think too, like, cause okay, if it's the nigga who died and saying Lil Ray J or whoever might be mine, you know, that's fucked up. I mean, it's just fucked up either way. Like,
nobody wants to hear no shit like that. right before you about to fuck over. I'm gonna get pissed off. Like, how much time do I got to get out?
Look, and I was just finna say, some shit like that'll fuck around and make you not die. Like, that'll give you the strength. Like, wait a minute.
It'll make you quick, but then you'll come back to reality. The fact that you're dying, but that'll snap you out real quick.
Like, what if your shit was like slowing down, like, and right before that, you hear that shit, your shit,
and then they flatline.
Like, this nigga was right there finna flatline. And you said that shit, nigga got the breathing again. Wait a motherfucking minute.
Oh, shit. Wow. That's so fucked up.
That's crazy, though.
That's fucked up.
I don't even want to stay on that one. Let's move on to the next subject.
I'm mad. Somebody will wait until the other person. That'll make me want to kill you quicker. I mean, I slightly want to just finish. Irritating.
I mean, shit.
I'm gonna try to hurry up.
Stupid. Do you think constitutional rights really matter?
Not in this America.
Nope.
Not in this America.
Say it in Spanish. No.
I say that because with the video I sent over earlier.
I didn't see it.
Well, if you watch it, it's gonna outrage you. Where was constitutional rights in that video at all? Like, and the fucked up part about the video is I never want to go to Madison in my fucking life. I don't even want to drive through that bitch. Like, it wasn't just, you know, a dog. You had a dog, 2 white boys, and a nigga pretty much whooping on your ass. Like, you talking about fight or flight, fighting for your life, being frightful for your life. Like, from the start of that video, like, I understand he stole the car or he ran him, whatever. And, you know, that's the biggest thing. Like, it don't even take running from him to get bashed like that. But you for sure gonna get bashed like that if you fucking run from him. Motherfucker pull you over. Now, they law says, the Constitution says, if I'm not suspected of a crime, caught in the act of a crime, then I don't have to ID to you. But so many videos, whether it's the so-called stop and frisk or it's just what it is, racial profiling, every time somebody know they law say this, that, and ask them, what law do you expect me to break in? What crime do you expect me to break in? They can never answer that. And they don't even seem to fucking know that fucking law. So it's like, how can the Constitution matter if these uniform officers or these FBI officers that's supposed to uphold it don't even know it?
They don't know none of it. How many times do I hear not knowing what the fuck a person is literally living the law. They sitting there look like because they don't know. And then they get mad with it, let them know what's up. People be knowing these regulation and what's something else? What's another word for a little more they pretty much like security. Like security. They just don't secure one spot at. They secure everything. That's what they do.
I understand nowadays they don't secure shit, but like I said, how does it matter and how can we feel like it matters when you don't see it being upheld with them? And 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna say for a brown man, when he go to court, even the judge don't uphold it or acknowledge it. So I guess you can say no. I don't really see or believe in the Constitution right. I know what it is. I know it says that I, as a man, have the fucking right under this Constitution to fire back, fight back, whatever. But I know, as a black man, that right or wrong, when I do that, they gonna see it the way they want to see it, not the way that the Constitution says that it's supposed to be.
Damn, so, Constitution say a lot of shit. That don't matter. Don't matter in this world or in this country.
Exactly. I was looking at another situation earlier where the police swoop in on about 30 niggas. You know, I don't believe all 30 of them had a gun, but out of the 4 that they caught up with or called or whatever, one of them is facing a charge for being a felon with a firearm. But it's like, was it his firearm? Did you find the firearm on him? Or is it just what the case is? Niggas didn't know they fucking law, and they used to being fucked with by the law, so they ran when they seen the law coming to fuck with them. One just so happened to been a felon. So you the one who catch a fucking case Not because you had a gun, but because you're a felon with a gun.
Right.
I just seen something earlier. A dude was sleeping on somebody's porch, drunk. Police walked up on him, found the gun on him, ran it back. The gun came clean. It wasn't stolen or nothing. So I guess in Detroit, it's how can I put it?
It's not against the law.
You can't carry concealed unless you have a permit. A license to carry. Other than that, it's happening. While being drunk.
While being drunk.
And I believe in
operating a drop.
I believe in Illinois or somewhere like that. You don't even have to be registered.
It's a few states like that.
You know, long as you're not a felon and you caught with a weapon that ain't stolen or whatever, it's not against the law. It's not nothing. But like I said, the Constitution, our Second Amendment right is to bear arms. Our first is freedom of speech. Our second is bear arms. Our third is to protect us in our homes. But when that shit's not upheld, I don't care if you black, you white, you invisible. If you breaking into my fucking house and I knock your ass on the front porch, in the front yard, or back out the window, I shouldn't go to fucking jail or be asked too much of shit about that. I mean, first of all, if I'm gonna drag a nigga through my fucking window to shoot him, that's too much time on my hand. That's doing too much. You know. But it's people that didn't fucking protected their house and their family, and somehow they end up going to jail or getting 5 years for a fucking gun. Like, no, bro. That's not right. I mean, but I'm going to say this also. Niggas get smart with buying guns off the fucking streets.
Yeah.
You don't know what the fuck's on that motherfucker, where that bitch came from. You could be buying a fucking body and not even know it.
Yep.
So, on the aspect of that, I'm not buying no gun off the street unless I know I'm about to get dirty with that motherfucker and get rid of it. You know, I understand.
I know it's guns. It's being used in multiple. I'm sure it is. I'm talking about at least hundreds still out there like serial killers.
Hell yeah. Hell, it's guns out there that the police probably will never fucking see. Not that motherfucker hiding, but that motherfucker is used for what the fuck is on it. And that's bodies. So every time that motherfucker come out, or every time whatever nigga got that motherfucker, it's a body about to go on that bitch. Them ones ain't carried for protection or just in case shit go down. Them ones are exactly what they're for.
Yeah.
You know, but my point is as far as catching fucking charges unnecessary, and like I said, the fact that the Constitution really doesn't work for brown and black people. So to prevent certain shit, you gotta move in certain ways. Like, you not young and naive, you know fucking better. So therefore, you can't have a hot one on you. You can't be buying a hot one off the street. You know, and niggas don't even have that psyche when it comes to having weapons, because no, I don't feel like every weapon needs to be fucking registered or known of by any law enforcement. Because with the whole red flag shit, the red flag law and all these other bullshit laws that is basically to take guns out of neighborhoods and certain property owners' hands. No, you don't need to know that this assault rifle is in this bitch. No, it don't need to be registered. But then again, that goes back to what state you stay in and what your laws is in that state.
Yeah, yeah.
I think in about 49 or 51 or 53 states, 49 of them, assault rifle doesn't have to be registered. You don't have to go through a background check to buy it. But hand cannons for some reason, most stores you go in and buy a hand cannon out of, that's where you got to be registered. And I'm like, which, I don't mind it because, like I said, rifles are rifles and I like them. But rifles are also the commonly used gun in mass shootings and shootings.
Yeah. Some kind of rifle.
You said something.
Truth be told, we talked about this. I want to get two more hands. Get a rifle.
You said you scared of rifles?
I want to get more handguns. I want to get one for myself and she wants one. We get a rifle later.
I mean, you ask me, you spending the same amount of money 9 times out of 10, especially in today's market. But I understand wanting a hand cannon over an assault rifle. As far as traveling with it, it's easier to travel with a pistol. Let me quit saying hand cannon. With a pistol than with an assault rifle.
Yeah.
Unless you got something fold up. Which 9 times out of 10 you're gonna spend a little more money, or you're gonna have to know somebody that can modify shit.
That's nice.
But me personally, I feel like we in an era of don't hide or hide in plain sight.
Hide in plain sight.
So it's like if I'm walking down the street with my rifle strapped to my back, or I got the little chain thing that they have where you can have it hanging on your side. As long as I'm not looking around or holding it no type of way, nobody's gonna look at me as suspicious. I'm gonna just be another radical walking with his rifle.
You would be another radical.
I'm black in America, not me.
Okay.
Look. In my head, I look regular, just like the rest of you motherfuckers. But on the other side of that, I know I'm black in America. That don't mean that I won't walk around with my rifle. I have the same rights as any other motherfucker. The problem is,
you can't play with your rifle.
I know how to articulate, whether it's aggressively or not. A lot of these black men and women out here do not know how to articulate. Mm-hmm. It's bad enough that this pig that's approaching you doesn't. So don't be poor, don't give a poor performance with his. Excuse me, sir, I'm going to need you to calm down and de-escalate this situation with me.
I don't know. You legal stuff when you talk. You make them stumble on word. You use great. Just politely tell somebody.
Exactly. Articulate your word. See, and that's the problem. Like, people don't understand. The police. That's what ties them up. When you can speak to them on a level of intelligence, oh my God, that eats them up. It's like kryptonite to them.
It's like a huge check.
I'm about to flip this a little bit.
I just something I wish I would have known prior to being in those situations instead of reacting the way that I did. I wish I would have with those police interactions ever since I was 14.
Everybody don't handle everyone, correctly. I mean, most of us had to go through enough to learn it, but
yeah.
Because I could say, when I was young, wasn't nothing nice for them motherfuckers with me.
They couldn't stay in my mouth.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch this up a little bit. Something else came through. Bullying. A wind of I'm not gonna say no name, but I got wind of a 9-year-old.
Of a who?
A 9-year-old boy.
He getting bullied or he's bullying?
Getting bullied.
I mean, I'm gonna say either way it go is not cool. To be bullying or getting bullied. Bullying ain't cool, and letting the motherfucker bully you is just as worse to me. I'm not saying don't ever go to a motherfucker A that's being bullied, but make sure motherfucker, like I said, this is why I said on a couple shows back, parents teach your kids how to fight.
It's not even teaching them how to fight. It's teaching them how to react to situations so that it does not escalate to fighting. If I say stop, I'm not gonna keep saying it. Fuck with me. I'm gonna let you know right now. I'm gonna pop your ass. Then when teacher.
Here's the ticket with that though. When I say teach them how to fight, I mean in all senses of the fucking word, all forms of fashion of it, not just with hands. That means taking up for yourself, letting the motherfucker know, hey, that ain't okay to say to me or try to do with me, partner. And if you have to, yes, snatch a motherfucker up, pop him over the head with a stick, punch him in the face, whatever you got to do to make them understand. I'm not the one you can do that to, bruh. It's so many kids out here and adults that accept people talking or doing shit to them. You can't, and that's just like how I say with the government. The more we allow them to do it to us, the more they gonna do it to us. And that's how bullying work. That's how bullies work. Bullies don't try to bully motherfuckers that they know ain't gonna let that shit fly with them. When niggas think that they can be dominant or more aggressive than the other male or female, especially females, women get bullied too fucking much. And as a man, I can say I'm sorry to my wife and other women out there, because as a man, we do work on a system of it's what the fuck we say and do and mean, And sometimes it do be on a mean and just a man level. So, like I said, I can say bullying ain't cool, but you can't let motherfuckers talk to you any type of way and all that, and when you got communication, enjoy that communication and communicate. That way it don't look and can't be no bullying. But yeah,
I don't like
as far as as far as bullying in schools, I feel like we should start putting that shit on these teachers and security because like the situation we was talking about earlier where the little niggas was jumping the brother and the sister jumped in and stabbed one of them in the ear or whatever. I feel like that situation wouldn't have escalated to where it did. That situation wouldn't have escalated to where it did and how it did if security would have been on hand walking the fucking halls like they supposed to and teachers would have been being vigilant in the halls like they're supposed to be watching the kids go from one class to another.
From what I seen, there was no adults around. It was just kids. Not an adult. Not one.
This is my thing.
For them to be doing all of that, there's over 100 kids in a circle. There's no adults at a fucking school.
This is
Ran by adults.
This is my thing. My thing is, why is it that y'all got your doors locked? It's to the point. Them kids, as soon as they got the bus, or as soon as they start walking to school, should be able to walk in, school, eat breakfast, talk in the hallways, walk around, chat, grab all this stuff for the first hour, whatever, and get your money. Ain't no reason why I feel like nobody been sitting out there and outside. Period. That didn't happen with no dog outside. No teacher, no staff. But you got one cop out. And the cop, hold on, right there on one guy, and I'm like, right there is fucking police station. Police station's right across the street from the school.
Look, I'm gonna say this. They gonna put excuses. All the blame gonna go to COVID. You know, sadly.
COVID don't got no party shit.
Look, but listen and look. This is why all the blame gonna poorly and sadly go to COVID. Because all these schools is claiming they ain't got enough food to feed the kids because this, that, and the third of COVID. Which means you ain't got enough security to secure the school because of COVID. You ain't got enough teachers in the school teaching because of COVID.
Then they don't need the fucking.
Exactly. Y'all wanted us to send our kids back to school so fucking bad. Even through COVID. But is they gonna see any time for it? You gonna see the school board get sued? Hell no. And sadly, like I said, it's all gonna end up blamed on COVID.
What was you saying earlier about Missouri? Everybody's kids smart.
And the state of Missouri is one of those states when your kid is born, your kid is considered the property of the state.
They belong to the state. Yeah. Which is why I said I was thinking his name on it. And Anna and Amari because they actually she don't want to.
It's fucked up shit. It's a form of keeping slavery going. It's a form of being able to take over a person's life.
But in reality, everybody is property in the state or the government from birth. So your property.
Yeah.
That's like the slave card.
It's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be born free. You're supposed to live in Land of the free, home of the brave. But what's the price of freedom? What really is freedom? Are you really free, or is it just the illusion of being free? You know,
We pay
it's
for
just
it.
like,
We
you
pay
know,
for
not to get out the school
everything.
shit, not to get out the school shit, but like, it's another story out there. I thought I sent it over in the headquarters where this bitch got teacher of the year and turned around and got mad at a student because the student didn't agree with her getting teacher of the year, and a 60-year-old white bitch punched the student in the face 2 or 3 times.
What?
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah,
I ain't
you
about
can look.
that.
Well, I mean, not to, big up no other broadcast, but I know the story ran on the Young Turks, but I mean, I just find it fucked up that,
You said
like,
who?
Young Turks, the Young Turks.
I do that.
But
Watch them.
it's just fucked up that, this is like, like they said, if this is the teacher of the year, I hate to see the runner up. It's too much. It's too much going on in schools. Like I said, for these schools to come at so many parents and tell parents, if you don't send your kid back to school, you're gonna get truancy this and go to jail for this and that. Like, the fuck? You telling me to risk my kids' life to send them to a school where you putting their life in further risk because you adults do not know how to handle these kids. Y'all want to beat them. I mean, and that's another thing. If you ain't hitting on your own fucking kid at home, please don't go to school and be hitting on the fucking kids you supposed to be teaching. And for you to be a 60 or 80-year-old fucking lady trying to fight fucking young kids like you young and back in the day, that is ridiculous. That's fucking shameful, white or black. And it makes the districts and shit look just as bad because this is the motherfucker y'all hired, and then you went a step further after hiring this motherfucker and gave him teacher of the year. I mean, is it because of classroom testing? Or is it because she's not holding the kid back? Is she really teaching anybody anything? And going further deeper into it, it's like, how the fuck did she get teacher of the year when this teacher has been caught calling other kids niggers and shit like that? Basically bullying her class. But she's teacher of the year.
Sound like the district or school versus the
It's crazy, is what it is. So I feel like where a lot of motherfucking schools want to say these kids get the fighting and the anger from home, well, they get just as much fighting and anger at school.
You see just as much in job corps that you'll see in prison. You'll see just as much in these schools that you'll see in the county jail. So which one is jail? Which one is prison?
I mean, they are the same. Because what they say, school's supposed to get you ready for life.
They are instructed.
School's supposed to get you ready for life, right?
Yeah.
So it's awfully funny. Yeah. It's awfully funny that you spend, 8 hours a day at school, 7 days a week,
like a fucking job.
You know, just like prison too. It's just more time. 23 and 4. Or maybe you ain't in the max, so you in the low level. So you doing 18 and 6 or whatever. It's still numbers. It's still time that you sitting doing this, that, this, that. It's kind of like, really, it makes everybody militant in some type of way.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody gonna take their structure different. Because I know some motherfuckers that grew up well off, you know, got decent grades in school and still fucked their life off with one decision. You know? I'm gonna need you to quit being unprofessional and get that or hit ignore.
What's that?
Oh.
My thing is wash hands.
Listen, that is terrible.
I mean, it's crazy. It's like I said, and I tell people, the more you look at it and the more you start looking at it, the more sense it'll make. But then when you break it all down in the end, the shit really don't make no damn sense. It's ignorance. You know, it gets to a point. It gets to a point to where it takes me back to my 7th grade social study teacher. It's like, shit, when the fuck we gonna break the cycle?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got people I remember. Most time at these schools, the staff is just like anybody else. They don't talk to them in a way that's not they don't talk to them in a way like my birthday. Teachers and fucking very fucking mean. They yell at the kids. They yell at them like they are kids. Like how we do them. So they get the fact that they get at home. The only they know that you're not my mama, so you're not allowed to beat my ass and text you over and over again.
But these teachers still try.
Yeah. A lot of these are extremely out now. Like
and that's one of the horriblest parts about America. Do you notice nobody works in the fucking field that they even went to school fucking for anymore, man?
I went to school for 2 things, and I don't. And
you can't find a fucking job in neither one of them fields. They're going to tell you overqualified, you underqualified. But then you see Bill, Jane, Bobby, and Rick, who's not qualified at all, probably didn't even want the fucking job, took the job because of what it paid. And that's the motherfucker that they rather hire for that job that don't fit the criteria. Didn't even fucking really want the job other than the pay. And now that they got the job, don't really like to fucking do the job or don't do their fucking job. But a motherfucker that's sitting there that knows how to do the job front to back, up, down, you don't want to give that motherfucker the job. And then you wonder why the job ain't getting done right. Well, you keep giving it to the wrong motherfucker.
With the high turnover rate.
And that's the most horrible shit that we have a high turnover rate here. That does not sound good for you to say to an employee coming in or as a business.
I've been telling them plenty of times. And it's like, that shit is, that lets me know I ain't gonna be together.
That's it.
Cause y'all gonna be on some fuck shit. And I already know I ain't with it.
So you already on edge. You look, you seeing in your head. Let this motherfucker last for 3 weeks until I can find something else.
It's funny you say that. We had 2 new people start yesterday. By the time I get back, so I get back Thursday. 2 off days. I want to see if they feel it.
It's fucked up because when you work a job, like, I feel like this. First of all, you gotta love what you do. You gotta have some type of love for it, some type of passion. Like, if you like forklifting, a forklifting job gonna work for you. Whether it's stocking, loading, whatever. But say that forklifting is 75% you on that forklift, 25% you on your feet stacking or opening or closing or some shit like that. You're going to be like, I don't know how long this shit going to last. And a lot of people going to be able to say to you, man, that little 25% of you doing this and that or pushing the push broom, man, what you mean? You 75% of the time, 80% of the time on a forklift. No, nigga. I'm a forklifter. I need 100% of my time on this forklift.
Hey.
I can't do it.
Exactly. You like that other shit is not in my resume.
Me personally, some days I be wanting to pick some days like, man, fuck this thing, forklift.
Yeah, but you can't just be picking and choosing.
Hey, that's why niggas look. That's why niggas, when niggas get supervisory motherfucking positions, we stick to them. Cause as the supervisor, I can hop on the floor and help you niggas, or I can just sit behind this desk playing with this paperwork.
Yeah.
The best supervisors ain't good because they ass is naturally good supervisors. No, it's because Jim ass get bored in that fucking office and he come out here on the floor and be on these forklifts helping us sometimes. Fuck around and do a nigga job. Just stand over there. I'm gonna show you. Just stand there. I'm gonna show you this and that.
Hey, we got one right now. Indoor replants.
Look. Making niggas happy. Niggas just flying around the warehouse doing all type of other shit while Jim doing his job. Everybody else looking at Jim like, boy, he a good ass supervisor. Nah, Jim ass just was bored up in that office this week.
Yeah, that's it.
And then you got some motherfuckers that just, as supervisors, they do want to do everything and they do believe in helping their workers and getting them out of there.
Because they're not make the day so easier. They don't want to be behind. They when it's time to go home, they want to get back. Just like everybody else.
And they don't want to hear shit.
All right, everybody. All right. Tune in to the after hour. See y'all later. One love.
Peace.
I'm back with the bars making chess moves. That slow nickel moving quiet when I step through. You're below the skill required just to test dude. My pen's fired, the beats bubble in that test tube. I'm better than the next dude, smarter than the average. My life was messed up, I had to reorganize my tactics.